You considering getting a pet and you don't know what to choose? Now, just got a bunny, and this is my first time getting a pet, and I love her. Well, before I go into the story, here are the reasons why I didn't get a dog. One of the reasons why I didn't get a dog is because it barks a lot. Now, I'm not blaming the dog. When you walk down the street and you walk past a house, what do you always see? You see a dog barking out the window, or like you're out and about and the dog is out of control. Now, I don't blame the dog. I blame the owner for not training it correctly. Now, most dogs are good dogs. I love dogs, but for my space, I do live in an apartment, so it's not ideal for me because the space is just not enough. Now, you might be asking, well, how come you don't get a cat? I just don't like cats, to be honest with you. I know my sister has cats, but I don't know. I just don't find them like to have and to like want to take care of them, right? Now, bunnies, I love bunnies. They're just, fluffy, they're cute, they're loving creatures. And the only problem with bunnies is you don't know when they're sick because they don't bark, they don't communicate, and you just don't know anything about them. He's in his cage. So that's why I chose a bunny, and they're just love to play with you, and they're just very bonding creatures. Next, where do I picked up Lilo? Now, there's a few things that I picked her up. Here's the thing. When I chose the bunny, I thought it was a male, and because it was, it said it was a male on the website, but when I took her home, I actually drove 2 hours and a half to Oak Grove near Sacramento to pick her up, and I didn't know that it was a she until I got home. But the whole entire time, I thought it was a male. So originally, I had her name Milo, but as when I picked her up and I got home, I found out that it was a female. We just named her Lilo. So yeah, so the whole entire time that I was with Lilo, she was very quiet, just scared, the unknown, and she wouldn't drink water. She ate, but she didn't drink water. I didn't know how to get her to drink water, and for 2 days, I kid you not, she would not drink water, and I had to do some research on how can I get my bunny to drink water, and it turns out that I just sliced some orange into the water to just give it some flavor or some sort of smell to it. And I know everybody's gonna say, well, you shouldn't give her sugar and all this. And look, I'm not giving her processed treats. So the only way for me to get her to see the bowl and to like get her to drink water, because I was afraid that my bunny was dehydrated, and I just put slices of oranges, and then the bunny started drinking it. And the next day I just took the orange out, cleaned it out, poured some water, and now the bunny is starting to drink water. Now, I love to spoil Lilo, and she has everything. I let her play. I feed her. I make sure that I make sure her bowl is clean, her cage is clean. I make sure that she has fresh hay, Timothy hay, fresh food pellet, and I make sure that she's always now making sure that she's always hydrated. So that was the journey. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know, like, this is my first pet. And I'm gonna take you along in the journey with this one. So that's what happened. Next, what to consider before getting a pet. Now, this is not just a bunny, but any pet. You have to consider your financial situation, where you're at in life. You have to consider, can I afford this pet, and can I commit? Now, when I was on my way to pick up Lilo, like the whole entire time, I kid you not, I wanted to turn around, because I did my research, and I come to find out that bunnies can live 15 years. That's a huge commitment. 15 years that your pet can actually live. And during that stretch of time, you have to consider, like there's going to be vet visits. You're going to go through, a lot of cleaning. You have to give it a lot of attention, a lot of bonding. You have to consider, like, it's like a child, but not as not as committed, because at least a child can talk to you, but it's next to a child. You have to, like, you're constantly thinking about, like, the bunny or your pet. I'm constantly thinking about it, like, is there enough water? Does she have enough food? Is the water clean? Is the water dirty? Do I gotta change it? Like, if I don't clean out the poop, is she gonna get infected? Like, is there poop in the water? Now that I gotta change it. You're constantly bathing the well-being of your bunny. So, because they're delicate creatures, and the last thing that I want is for her to get sick and having expensive vet bills. And it's not just the vet bill, but I just don't want my bunny getting sick. I got her on Saturday, and I really love the bunny. Like, even as a grown man, like as I am, as big as I am, I have a big heart. Like, I love this bunny. I let her wander around. I put her on my chest. I let her, explore. I let her get comfortable, and it's an amazing experience for me to have this bunny, and I love her to death. As much as it is, yeah. Anyways, that was my experience, as of today. And before you consider getting a bunny, think about, can you afford this bunny, and can you commit? Can you bond? Like, are you able to bond with this animal? You have to remember, bunnies are very loving creatures, and you have to give it a lot. I'm talking a lot of attention. They're not like cats, where you kind of just let them wander around, and you don't have to, like they're just having their own space, and like, that's not how they are. They're not like dogs either, where you constantly have to walk them around. But yeah, bunnies are just, they're just loving creatures, and they need a lot of emotional bonding time. So you might want to consider that. Just before I go, thanks for watching. And if you like this video, and if it was helpful, make sure you hit that like, and I'll see you guys in the next.